I was asleep. I mean, I was fast asleep, knocked out, man. God fucking woke me. I said, God, why you waking my black ass up?
This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Paul's character right here he's telling us he's had a conversation with God. And along with this being one of my favorite scenes, is one of my favorite cues from the brilliant composer, Terence Blanchard. And in a minute, you're gonna see Paul's eyes look away, and that is the cue for the camera to leave. Boom, right there. Camera is leaving Paul and going up into the heavens. Now this light you're about to see on our late brother, Chadwick Boseman. Look at that, look at that. That was not lit. That was God's heavenly light blessing Chadwick. And he comes, this scene right here, here's a ghost. But he's not lit here. That is God's heavenly light.
No, it was beautiful, man. It's one of my favorite scenes. And it's amazing you say that, because when I first saw it, I kept saying, man, the way they lit this scene was amazing. And this part of the film, to watch Paul with his struggles throughout the entire film, man, was just such a culminating moment to understand why he was having issues. And Delroy's performance, man, first of all, that montage where he's looking into the camera, oh my God, his performance is just amazing. You know, I remember when you sent me the film, I literally was like quaking in my boots. I was like, uh-oh, this is like the 5 seconds left in the game on a fast break with Michael Jordan, and he passes you the ball. You can't miss that shot, bro. You can't miss that shot.
Delroy, let me ask you a question. When you were speaking into the camera, and then you looked over, did you see Chadwick in that God light, that heavenly light?
I did. What's been interesting about discussing this in retrospect, all the things we've come to appreciate, Spike and Terence, about this work, I cannot tell you that in the moment I was aware of any of that, right? But to answer your question, Spike, yes, I did. I saw Chadwick, I saw Norm.
There it is.
You gave us the freedom, Spike, to roll with whatever was gonna happen. And this is an example of Chadwick was in his corner doing his prep. I was in my corner doing my prep. And when you said action, we came together, and this is the result.
Man, but Delroy, man, your performance right here, I'm just gonna tell you this, man, as a composer, bro, you broke me down in my studio working on this.
Oh, wow.
Because this right here, this moment right here, for
Terence, you got broke down in the studio. How you think I felt being right there? This is a heartbreaking scene.
Oh my God!
It's heartbreaking.
For Paul to break down like this, now we start to understand. We start to really realize what his struggle through life has been, man. And this moment, and here's the thing about it for me that made it real. And I was trying to tell this to somebody. The way Spike and you guys put this film together, you brought our culture into it. Because when Chadwick says, "Come on now,"
You got me now.
bruh, that's like something, you know, my uncles would say. And we, you know, and that's the universal. We're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bruh, that got me. Look, all of this, man, it's one of those moments where I'm like, let me lock the door to the sea. I don't need nobody coming in here while I'm working on this, because it was just a powerful moment, man.
I know you, Blood. I died for you, Blood.
And another thing I like to add, very rare do you see Black men like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who are vulnerable.
Yes.
Showing love for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Brotherhood.
Right.
Yep.
Love. Sympathy.
Yes.
Empathy.
Mm-hmm.
This scene, his character, Stormin' Norman, is a ghost. But he's came back to tell his brother, who has had to live with this burden, that in a friendly fire, he killed Stormer Norman. And Stormer Norman has come back to tell him, it's all right.
All right, come on now.
It's all right, come on. You
So
got me good. You know, we got a little humor in it. He said, you got me good.
Got me good,
But
yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
He took the burden off his shoulders. He took the burden off his shoulders. That scene is about, I know somebody might say universal love, but I'm going to say black love right there. Black man, black male love, which we don't see a lot of. I'm not trying to say that's the only time it's ever been done. I'm not saying that. I would never say that. But this is an example of that to me.
And also forgiveness. When you see these men coming together with the ability, Norm, who says, it's all right, man, it's okay. The forgiveness, which is gargantuan. Audiences do not get to see ordinarily Black men exhibiting those kinds of feelings for each other.
Tenderness.
But listen, just to step away from that 1 second, technically, what's one of the other things that's extraordinary about this work for me is that technically, this was Chadwick's first day of work. This is the very first. This is the first time that Chadwick and I are playing together as actors. By the time Chadwick came, we were 5 or 6 weeks into filming, working, and I had met Chadwick briefly. 2 days later, we were filming this scene, which I know, right? Which I will never, ever. My appreciation for Chadwick as a worker. Obviously, I had seen him in Black Panther 42, but the fact that he could come and lock in, he brung it, man. He brung it.
But it speaks to all you guys, Delroy. That's the thing about this piece that I think has gone unspoken, man. That ensemble cast was crazy. You know what I mean? Man, I was telling somebody, I said, listen, bro, I worked on this thing. I go through these scenes over and over again. And of course, Spike is editing it and putting it together, and he's directing it. I'm sitting there watching it going, man, what a collection of brilliant talent, you know, in this film. Of course, we know Clark, Isaiah, all of these guys, and then your performance just like put it over the top. And I'm telling you, that's why I made the analogy about basketball. I was joking about it, but literally when I got it, because, you know, people have been asking me about it, and I said, look, man, Spike told me he was going to shoot this film right after the Oscars. And I was like, damn, dude, take a break. What? You know what I mean? You earned it. And he's like, no, he was on a plane the next day. And I'm sitting there going, they're coming off a Black Klansman. What is he going to do? And when he sent me the video and I saw you guys' performance, I told my wife, I told everybody, I said, oh my God, he's done it again. I said, you know, in a deep, profound, and beautiful way. Because the thing that I loved about the performance, bro, is that, you know, you guys it was never lost throughout the entire film that you guys were professional soldiers, even though we're seeing you as older guys and Chadwick as being, you know, the younger version, you know. But when we looked at you guys, it was never lost on me, just because of the way you carried yourself and your characters, that you were professional soldiers fighting for our freedoms. In that moment with the MLK assassination, bro, that was another moment that got me to think that you guys are putting your lives on the line and not getting that kind of support back at home. And now you're telling me that this young man—
Terence, that's another great cue. Thank you.
Thank you. But now you're telling me this young man just jumped in there like that? Because for me, when I watch that scene, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, that's the culmination of them being out there shooting this thing together. And now you tell me that was his first day?
That was Brother Man's first day of work.
That's incredible.
You know, Spike and I have talked. This project, man, was touched. This was touched by God. This project was touched by God.
Oh, you can see that, man. You can see that.
Right. Spike assembled all the pieces. He brought us all together. And then, in addition to all of that, there were instances throughout the process where God just said, go ahead, that's for y'all.
Come on,
That's for y'all.
come on.
That's for y'all right there. Just
Go
go
on now.
ahead. Y'all just go ahead. And
Right.
Get some of that dust.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
God
man.
dust.
Right.
yeah,
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, because people, look, bro, we've romanticized war and conflict to the point where people don't really understand what that life really about. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I found interesting about the portrayal of these characters between Delroy, Clark, Isaiah, everybody. You know, we are convinced that these guys were in that world just by the way they carry themselves with their character.
So Terence, you said when you speak about the fact that you said you never for 1 second, you always believed that these were professional soldiers.
Yes.
Right? The fact that you always believed that we were who we were supposed to be in this narrative is a testament to this coming together of the professionalism of who these men are as actors and their dedication to the work,
To the craft.
and the dedication that we developed towards each other in the work. And I've said it countless times. The beautiful thing about that dedication that we had toward each other was that it was never, ever discussed. It happened organically. And so now we take the connection and the vibe that we have off screen, because we're staying in the same hotel, we're riding the set back to and from set together, and we're talking, we're just communing all the time, for 2.5 months. And we take that energy that's off screen and we bring it to, quote, the work that we're doing in front of the camera. And that results in you, Terence, for instance, as audience saying, I always believed that you were who you said you were. What more can an actor ask for?
No, and let me just tell you this too. Not only did I believe it, one of the things that you made me do as a composer is feel for those guys who fought for our freedoms and didn't get any recognition. So, you know, that's what I try to do with that music, is to try to pay homage to those guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like,
Heroic.
yeah, we need to show them as heroes, man, you know, because they came back not to a hero's welcome, you know, and that's so unfortunate because we're putting your life on the line for us.
Amen. It was so much bigger than all of us. And we then just became the conduits through which this communique was being put together. And you know what, Spike, Terence, I've never had an experience like this. This is like, and what I mean by that, it's almost like the gift that just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving. Because every time we talk to whomever it may be, press, audiences, students, aspiring filmmakers, fellow actors, they all connect to various aspects of this project and speak on how it has impacted them. And I've ended up saying, cumulatively, I've ended up saying, you know what? This is why I went to acting school. Work like this, school days, whatever the case may be, can open up the audience's brains to new possibilities.
Of course, but think about this.
That's what work is supposed to do.
And look, I'm gonna close with this, Delroy. When you guys were shooting the 5 Bloods, right? I'm always accustomed to what Spike is gonna do, because I know he always sends me stuff back that's like from America Last St. Anna. I was like, man, this is just amazing. Dude, word was coming back to me from people that was working on the set. Delroy is doing his thing. That was the common refrain from people that was there. Delroy is doing his thing. And then I got the video and I went, oh my God. Yeah, bro. So if it took 25 years, and maybe it was just 25 years of just working up to this moment, bro.
Timing is everything. Timing is everything. It was the right time.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. I love you guys.
God bless y'all.
Love you guys.
All right.
Peace and love.